Hi everyone, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to our first class for our More Energy, Less Stress series. Today we're going to start lying down on our backs and do a few minutes of a breathing exercise before we get moving. So let's get started. So come to a nice seated position, extend one leg out, tuck the tailbone under, hug behind the knee, and roll back, taking your time, protecting your low back as you come down. Go ahead and come on down and place the knees over the feet with the feet on the floor. Roll the shoulders down and back. Just come to a nice comfortable position. And close your eyes if you like. Just take the first few minutes to breathe. Let's draw our attention inwards towards our breath. Breathing in. Hearing the sound of our breath and breathing out. Relaxing and letting go a little deeper. And taking just another breath or two here. Just drawing our attention inwards. And becoming aware of our breath, letting go of any of the thoughts or sounds. Just letting our bodies relax and melt into the floor a little bit. Now we're going to draw that next breath deep into the belly. We can place the hands on the belly if we like to. Breathe in, feel the belly expand like a big balloon. And breathing out, let the belly soften. And again, breathing into the belly, let it expand front to back, side to side, top to bottom. Using that breath to stretch that space. And as we breathe out, just soften the belly, let the low back relax. Feel the organs just softening a little bit. And let's take that next breath up to the ribs. We can place the hands on the ribs if you'd like to. And as we breathe in, feel the ribs expand side to side, front to back. And as we breathe out, feel the ribs coming back to the center of the body. And again, breathing in, fill those lungs as we breathe in through the ribs. Feel the muscles between the ribs, those intercostals stretching as we breathe in. And breathing out, pull the ribs back to the center, wringing out those lungs. And this time, draw the breath up into the chest. You can place the hand over the chest or across the chest, wherever's comfortable for you. Breathe in, let the chest rise up. Feel the collarbones broadening. And as we breathe out, let the shoulder blades melt into the floor. Feel the chest muscles softening. And again, breathing in, puffing up the chest like a lion. Broadening through the chest and breathing out, softening the heart center, letting the tension melt through that upper body. And now we'll combine those three breaths. You can place one hand on the belly, one over the chest if that feels comfortable for you. And breathe into the belly. Let that breath rise up through the ribs, into the chest. Feel the length through the body. And breathing out, softening the chest, relaxing the ribs, releasing through the belly. And again, using that breath to open that space. Breathe in through the belly. Into the ribs, into the chest. Feel the body lengthening. Reach the hands overhead and reach the feet away from the body. Nice big inhale here. When you're ready to exhale, hug one knee into the chest, then the other, and gently start to rock side to side. Enjoy that nice little massage to the low back. If that feels good for you, go ahead and move the knees in a circle a few times in one direction. Just release the tension through the hips, through the pelvis, through the low back. And a few times in the other direction. Great. And then come back to the center. We're going to move into a nice gentle twist just to start. So a nice big inhale here. As we exhale, drop the knees to the left, look to the right and extend that right arm out. Softly looking over that right arm. Breathe into the belly, ribs, and chest. Use that breath to lengthen the spine. And as we exhale, soften the belly and just let the body relax a little deeper into this gentle twist. As we breathe in, bring those knees back up, gently rock side to side. And as we breathe out, drop the knees to the right, looking to the left. Just let the body relax. So again, use that inhale to lengthen. Use the exhale to soften the belly and just relax a little deeper into this twist. Starting to wake up that spine. And then go ahead and bring those knees back up, gently rocking side to side. We're going to warm up our spines a little bit more with a gentle bridge pose. So if you've never done bridge pose before, watch me once. First, let's get set up and aligned. So we want to make sure the ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles are in a nice straight line. Our feet are parallel. They're not turned in or out. And we want to make sure our knees are right over our ankles. All right, so once you're there, we're going to start to flow with our breath, starting by tucking the tailbone under. So as we inhale, tuck the tailbone under and just roll up through the spine, pressing the weight into the heels, reaching out through the knees. Come up as high as you comfortably can. Once you get up there and you're ready to exhale, start at the back of the neck and just start to lower down one vertebra at a time, bone by bone. Coming down slowly, feeling the movement through each segment of the spine. So now try it with me if you didn't already try it before, and just move with your breath. When you need to breathe in, tuck the tailbone under and come on up as high as you comfortably can. Weight is in the heels, reach through the knees. And then when you're ready to come down, start at the base of the neck and just roll through each vertebra, one bone at a time, taking your time to feel the movement as you roll through each segment. If you like, close your eyes and try to just flow with your breath for 2 more moves. So you can inhale, tuck the tailbone under, and just come up. Really drawing that attention inwards, focusing on the feeling, and then lower down. And if you don't like having your eyes closed, you can open them. It just helps you draw that attention inwards and feel the poses a little bit more, feel the movement. All right, and we'll try one more. And really notice if you've got any areas of limitation or tightness right now. So just tilt the pelvis as you breathe in, coming up as high as you comfortably can. Press through the heels, reach through the knees, lift the hips upwards. And then when you're ready, go ahead and slowly lower down, almost taking your time, rolling through each vertebra, almost pausing at each vertebra, but not stopping, still making it a fluid movement. Just taking your time to feel each segment of the spine. Great. All right, once you come down, hug the knees into the chest, gently rock side to side. All right, that pose is so good just to release any tension through the spine, especially if we're sitting at our computers a lot all day. So feet on the floor, roll the knees to one side, and press yourself up to a nice seated position. We're just going to transition onto our hands and knees. So go ahead and come onto hands and knees. We want our fingers spread nice and wide like starfish, and we want our hands directly underneath our shoulders and our knees directly underneath our hips. And we're going to move into a cat and cow. So similar to that articulating that bridge that we just did, you're going to start with the tailbone and flow with your breath. When you need to breathe in, reach the tailbone back, pull the ribs and chest forward, shoulders are down and back, heart is shining forward. And when you need to exhale, tuck the tailbone under, start at the base of the spine, roll through each segment of the spine, bone by bone. Let the head hang down, press the shoulder blades apart. So we're going to continue to flow in and out of these 2 poses, moving with your breath. So when you need to breathe in, reach the tailbone back, pull the ribs and chest forward. And when you need to breathe out, tuck the tailbone under. Feel free to close your eyes and draw that attention inwards. We'll do it 2 more times. Flowing with your breath. When you need to breathe in, come into that cow pose. When you need to breathe out, come into that cat pose. And one more time, moving with your breath at your own pace. Remember, there's not any competition, expectation, or judgment. You don't have to go at my pace. This is your practice. So follow your breath and let it guide your movement. And once we're back in that cat pose all rounded up, go ahead and sit back over the heels into a child's pose. So you can have your knees apart if that feels good. You can walk the hands forward, spreading the fingers wide, resting the forehead on the floor. If that doesn't feel good, stack the fists and rest them here. You can always also take a pillow, placing it behind your knees if that bothers your knees at all. With child's pose, this is supposed to be a nice relaxing pose, sort of like a home base. Anytime you need a break, it's a good pose to come into. So find a variation that feels comfortable and relaxing for you. And once you're in that variation, just take a few breaths, breathing in through the nose, expanding through the back of the ribs, the bottom of the lungs, and exhale, just sink a little deeper. So you can experiment with this pose and see what feels best for you. Maybe it feels better with your knees under your belly. Maybe it feels better with them open. Hands can be palm up or palm down. Just see what feels good for you. And once you find that, go ahead and take one more breath there. Deep breath in. Nice, slow exhale. All right, we're going to come back up onto our hands and knees now and move into a spinal balance. So back onto our hands and knees. Remember that cat and cow we did. So inhale to cow, exhale to cat, and back to a nice neutral spine. All right, so from our neutral spine, we're gonna move into spinal balance. So engage those abdominal muscles. So we're gonna lift the pelvic floor, draw the belly in. So kind of like you're lifting up, like you're trying to stop yourself from going to the bathroom, and draw the navel in, like you're holding a marble in your belly button, like a cummerbund wrapping around you. And then once we have those muscles engaged and in place, we're gonna take the right leg back, lift it up just as high as your hip. Take the front of the right hip, drop it a little bit so we're squaring off the hips, so the right and left hip are level. Once we have that, keep those abdominal muscles engaged and reach out with the left arm. So we're reaching out from that strong center, abdominals are engaged, and then come back down to the ground. Try to float the arm and leg back down. Same thing on the other side. We're gonna engage those abdominals first, reach that left leg back, lift it up just as high as your hip, drop the front of the left hip to the floor, reach out with the right arm. Reach, reach, reach. The foot can be pointed or flexed, whatever feels best for you. And then exhale, control it, and come back down. Think about balancing a glass of water back here, and you don't want to spill it. All right, so then take the other side again. So moving with our breath. Bring it up to hip height, square off the hips, reach out, left arm, right leg. Reach, reach, reach. Abdominals draw in, exhale back down. And one more time, inhale, reach it back, up to hip height, square off the hips, engage those muscles. Reach out like someone's pulling you apart. Exhale back down. One last time like this. So inhale, reaching up and out, square off those hips. Exhale back down. Keep the head in line with the spine too. Ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles in a nice straight line. Same thing on the other side. Inhale as we lengthen out from that strong center. Abdominals are engaged, hips are square. Exhale back down. So let's take a little break. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat, back into our resting child's pose. Deep breath in through the back of the ribs. Exhale, sinking a little deeper. Okay, that spinal balance is a great pose to do to build core stability and also to warm up your body. We're gonna try another variation. If that was enough for you today, feel free to stay with that. Otherwise, we're gonna add on a little bit. So inhale to cow, exhale to cat, back into your nice neutral spine. So go ahead and back into that spinal balance like we did before. Okay, you can stay right here for today if you want and come back down. The option is to exhale, engage those abdominals. Use the abdominal muscles to draw the elbow to the knee underneath you. Inhale, reach back out, and exhale down. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, reaching out, square off those hips. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Engaging those abdominals. Inhale, reach back out from that strong center. Exhale down. And let's flow with our breath 2 more times on each side. Inhale as we reach out. Exhale, engage the abdominals first, then draw the elbow to the knee. Inhaling, reaching back out. Exhale down, and again. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Abdominals are initiating the movement. Reach out again, square off those hips. And if you can do one more, go ahead, because we've done 3 on each side. You might start to notice you're feeling a little warm. This is such a great warm-up. It kind of works almost every muscle in your body, and it's a really good foundational, fundamental pose to get your core warmed up and strengthened. So not just your abdominals, but your low back, your spinal muscles, rotation. You're getting that diagonal movement too, which is so good for us. So inhale to cow, exhale to cat, back into our child's pose. Take a deep breath or 2 here. Deep breath in as we expand through the back of the ribs, the bottom of the lungs. And remember, choose your variation of child's pose that works for you. Just take a resting breath or 2. So from our child's pose, we're going to come into a plank on our knees. So go ahead and come forward into a push-up position with your knees on the ground. Toes can be pointed or flexed, whatever feels comfortable for you. We just want to make sure our bottoms aren't up in the air or hanging down like this. We want them right in the middle. So engage those abdominals, shoulders are down and back. Nice big inhale here. When you're ready, slowly lower down like you're doing a push-up. Come down nice and slow. Hug the elbows against the body. Once you get all the way down to the ground, tilt the pelvis. So tuck that tailbone under. Roll the shoulders down and back. And as we inhale, reach the chest forward and lift up as high as you comfortably can. As you exhale, come back down. Hands by the chest, press back into that child's pose. So that's our mini cobra flow. We're going to try that a few more times. This is a nice foundational way to move into our vinyasas that we're going to do later in this series. So again, come to that plank on your knees, slowly lower down, keep the head in line with the spine. Once you're down there, tilt the pelvis, roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale, lift up as high as you comfortably can. If you like, you can lift your hands, squeezing the shoulder blades together to open the chest. Exhale, forehead back down to the ground, hands by the chest, engage those abdominals, and press back into our child's pose. Deep breath in here. Nice, slow exhale. And we'll try one more just like this. Inhale to plank on your knees. Make sure you've got everything lined up. Abdominals are engaged. That's the key to keep everything locked in place. Exhale, slowly take it down. Come down as slow as you can. Hug those elbows against the ribs. And I promise this gets easier the more you do it. If it's hard today, tilt the pelvis, roll those shoulder blades down and back. As you inhale, reach the chest forward, lift up as high as you comfortably can. Lift the hands if you like, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale back down and press back into our child's pose. Deep breath in here, nice slow exhale. I'm going to take one more breath here. And let's move into one last pose here for today, thread the needle. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees. We're going to inhale to cow, exhale to cat, back into a nice neutral spine. We're going to stretch out the upper back and shoulders right now. This is called thread the needle. You're going to take, what you're going to do is take the right hand. You're going to take it, turn it palm up, and you're going to slide it underneath and through until the right shoulder is on the ground. And you should feel a nice stretch through the upper back right in this area here. If this does not feel good, please come out of it and go back into child's pose. If you have any head or neck issues, then you don't want to do this, obviously, or shoulder issues. But if you don't, this feels really good. So slide it down and through until the shoulder's on the ground. You can stay right here if this feels good. You can lean, press your hips back towards the mat. You can always walk this left hand forward if that feels good. If that doesn't feel good, bring it back. Deep breath in here through the back of the ribs, through the upper back, and exhale, relaxing. And one more time. Inhaling as we expand, exhale, relaxing through that upper back and neck a little bit further. When we're ready, on an inhale, slide that right hand back up. Inhale to cow, exhale to cat, back to a nice neutral spine, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to take that left hand, turn it palm up, slide it through until the left shoulder is on the ground and the side of the left side of the head. You can stay right here if this feels good. If it doesn't feel good, remember, go back to child's pose. If this feels okay, just think about pressing the hips back towards the back of the mat. You can always walk that right hand up. If that's too much, just bring it back. Choose whatever option feels best for you. Nice big inhale here, nice slow exhale. Breathing into the back of the ribs, the upper back, and shoulder area. And think about those muscles softening and letting go of tension. When you're ready, bring the right hand back up, slide the left hand up, inhale to cow, exhale to cat, back into our child's pose. Deep breath in here, nice slow exhale. I'm going to take one more breath. And when you're ready, roll it on up to a nice seated position. We're going to come down to the ground like we started, just for a few minutes of some relaxation and breathing, and we'll be all done. So, extend one leg out, tuck the tailbone under, come down nice and slowly, protecting that low back as you come down. Extend the legs out if that feels okay, otherwise keep them bent. Turn the hands palm up, and just close your eyes for a minute or two. Again, drawing our awareness back to that deep abdominal breath. Letting go of any other thoughts or sounds, just drawing that attention inwards. Just breathing, feeling, and listening to our bodies. Feeling all that new space we've opened and stretched in our bodies, feeling all the stress we've released and let go, drip out and away from our bodies. feeling proud of yourself for taking these 20 minutes here to take the time to take care of yourself, take care of your health and well-being so you can feel less stressed and more energetic and show up better throughout the rest of your day. And when you're ready, go ahead and start to wiggle your fingers and toes, start to move your head side to side. Bend the knees, placing the feet flat on the floor. Go ahead and roll to one side and stay there for just a breath or two. And when you're ready, take the top hand, pushing yourself up to a nice seated position. Letting the head be the last thing to come up. Come to any comfortable seated position. You just want to make sure your spine is nice and straight. So ears, shoulders, and hips in a nice straight line. Roll the shoulders down and back. And take just a breath or two here. Through the belly, ribs, and chest. And take one more breath. Breathing into the belly, ribs, and chest. Feel that length in the spine. Feel that open space you've created in your body today, and exhale, letting it all go. All right, I hope you feel great. Thanks so much for joining me today. I would love to hear how you felt after doing this class, so let us know how it worked for you. Let us know if you have any questions. So have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2.